What's going on, my friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And this morning we have a guest that once again proves, I think, as we hear over and over again, that going live on a regular basis really works. So I'm excited to hear her story. Amy, welcome to the show.
Hey, y'all. How are you?
Where are you calling in from?
I'm in Georgia, South Georgia.
Okay. I like
Yeah.
Georgia. I like Georgia. I like the mountains and awesome. Okay, great. So how did you get into all of this and eventually find Legendary?
Well, I was just scrolling on TikTok back in August. I was just looking for funny videos. That was the only reason I was on TikTok in the first place. And I came across a girl who was talking about her affiliate marketing business, and she stopped me in my tracks. Because the first sentence she said was, "Okay, y'all, this video is going to be a little longer than normal because I don't want to leave anything out." And that really intrigued me. So I just stopped and listened to her, and then I hit it again, and then I hit it again. And
Wow.
so I didn't know what affiliate marketing was, and I had to go look up the definition of it. And once I found that out, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I might could do that. So I just got some more information and took the 15-day challenge. Here I am, so excited about it.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Delirious. I'm so excited about it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
How's that feel to be so excited about something like that? I mean, is that normal for you, or do you feel renewed?
I'm
in a sense?
excited about a lot of things a lot of the time, but
Okay,
I
good.
was not excited about my job, and I had it for a long, long time. And
Okay.
I was just, it felt like dropping two 50-pound weights to let go of that business and start this. I have been re-energized, renewed spirit. I look forward to going to work every morning now. I really do. And before, it was really, really a struggle. It really was just something I just didn't look forward to, didn't have any hope that it would really get any better. And I just was really just sick of it.
Now, are you still at this job? Or are you still
No.
you've quit it now?
Yeah, I quit it.
So, are you supporting yourself through your online business now?
Yeah, well, I'm also married, so that helps. But yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'm able to, if I were a single mom again, which I have been before, I would be doing just fine right now with
Wow.
just this business. Absolutely just fine.
Wow. I didn't know that. So awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, well, that's great,
Yeah.
right?
It's mind blowing because I kept seeing other people on TikTok, and that's really the only platform I've been on so far. But I kept seeing other people talk about their success and just all the videos that they made. And I really followed 5 or 6 people super closely. And I just kept watching what they were doing. And then I, was on the Legendary website, and I could see every single thing they were saying was true. Not that I really doubted them, but it was just like, if they can do this, then I'm going to learn what they learned the same way they learned it, and I'm going to do it.
Wow. Now,
That's
when was that you first took our challenge?
I first heard Jessica on TikTok back at the very end of August. And so I took the 15-day challenge. What I say is, I heard about it at the end of August. I got the 15-day challenge and got the training in September, took the month of September really to learn everything and get it set up. And then in October, I started really marketing on TikTok.
Wow.
So it's just been amazingly spectacular. And I know that's
Wow.
like, yeah, right. But I'm serious. It's just because for over 20 years, I was in direct sales.
Uh-huh.
Really, I felt like I was in a marriage where there's no chemistry. It was just not my deal, you know?
Wow.
But
That's a long marriage to be
it
in.
was, yeah, but I'm one that perseveres. And I kept thinking,
I
I'm going to
guess
try
so.
everything, I'm going to try everything to make it work. And
Was
so,
that 20 years with the same company?
yeah.
Wow, you are
Yeah.
loyal. Wow.
I persevere. I don't quit. And,
Wow.
thank God COVID came around. And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody who had a hard time, or lost somebody special because of that. I don't mean that. I just mean that caused a change in the way I was doing my job. and it took it virtual. And I was like, I've been living in a super small world in this direct sales business where it's face to face, people in my town.
Mm.
They either come to my house or I go to theirs. And I just
Wow.
thought, I'm so ready to get away from this. I was so excited to find out there was another opportunity where I could still work from home and still have unlimited income and still be my own boss. I was just like, oh, I wish I'd known about this 10 years ago. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. So,
Wow. 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 So what are you enjoying about this so much versus things you've done? Because I mean, you've had a dabble in entrepreneurship there with direct sales, and you were doing your home meetings, and I mean, obviously you did what you had to do.
yeah.
And now you're basically the difference is now you're not really having to meet with people and I mean, you can tell your story. I know for me, I don't have to even get dressed. I mean, some days.
Right. Right.
But you know, basically what you're doing is you're just marketing using your cell phone now, and you're selling. I mean, and obviously it's a different business model, but in your own words, what is so much better about what you're doing now than what you've done in the past?
Well, network marketing is calling friends and family. And do I need to even say more? I mean, it was just telling them I have this product or these products. I don't know if you've tried them. I'd love for you to, take a look at them.
I don't
Maybe
know if
those
you've tried them. I know
stupid
exactly if
yeah,
you've tried them or not.
yeah, those stupid phone calls, which I felt like that was my job every day, was to make those stupid phone calls. And I felt like, oh man, these people don't want to hear from me, or they're just doing it because they feel sorry for me, or it's because they know my mama, or they, went to school with my dad, or something like that. And I just didn't like the feeling of trying to talk somebody into something. And
Mm,
this is different. I share my story, I share the information, I create the curiosity about it all. And the ones who are interested, they come out of the woodwork and they say, "Hey, tell me more. I want to know more." So it's not selling. I don't feel like it's selling in the same way that it was my other job. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm just trying to find people who are looking for a change already.
mm. Wow. Okay. Nice. So what is your TikTok strategy? I guess, is this something, talk to us a little bit. I mean, we've titled this show Going Live. We've mentioned that in the title of this bit
Yeah.
of the show. So talk to us about your going live strategy, or if there's a strategy really at all that you even have. Sometimes you don't. That's fine too. You just kind of flip on the camera. Talk to us a little bit about how you came upon this, what you've been doing that's been basically working for you.
The first time I was on this show was back in November, and I was like a deer in the headlights. I was like, "Oh my god, they want me to be on this show," and I didn't know why. I was just so new at it. I felt like everybody that had been on this show had so much to contribute, and I didn't have much to contribute. I didn't feel like. And so one of the things Matt said to me on that show was, "I know you're gonna like going live as soon as you can." And at the time, I only had like 130 followers or something like that. So
Wow.
I was able to get to 1,000, pretty quickly after that first Wake Up Legendary show. And I was scared to death to hit live on that camera. And I was just like, I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. And I look back at my very first one, and you can tell I'm like nervous. You can tell I'm kind of stiff and tense. And I'm just like, I'm prepared for the haters. I'm prepared for the people who say, various comments. I'm just going to just go for it. So I just decided from the start, I'm going to be 100% honest about every single thing I say, and 100% authentic as I can be. And I'm just going to tell people what I've learned. I don't have all the answers. I haven't
Mm,
been doing this long enough to say I'm a coach, but I'm just going
wow.
to tell people what I know. And I'm just going to talk to them like they're sisters and brothers, like I would tell them if they were my sister or my brother. And so every
Mm,
single day about 11 o'clock, I hop online or live, and I go a couple of hours, and I
wow.
talk to
11 a.m.
Eastern. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Nuggets being dry. I just don't know if anybody is picking up on that, but go ahead, continue. I don't want to interrupt.
no, That's it. I go for a couple of hours and people, hop on and hop off. I answer their questions. I have my iPad, which now I don't know where it is, but I have my iPad that I hold up and I show them where my link is. Click on the little picture in my TikTok profile. Here's my link. Click on my link. This is, and but the majority of the conversation that I have when I'm live is just answering their questions. I will look up an article. Like there's a recent article by Shannon Smith that you probably know about it. The 24-year-old waitress who lost her job because of the pandemic. And then, I go through stories like that. I talk about, she's got 5 tips of what she recommends that you do when you start an affiliate marketing business. And I feel like I wrote the article myself. It's exactly how I feel. I just share stories like that. I answer the people who think it's a scam and who want to knock it down and that I'm a scammer. And I just kindly respond and give them the facts. And for 2 hours a day, that's what I do.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I did see that article from Shannon. It was a great strategy
Yeah.
from an affiliate standpoint. I mean, to become
Yeah.
a contributor on a site like CNBC,
I know.
is a pretty big deal. And just so everybody knows and understands, um, that you know you can become a writer on these sites, like Inc., like Entrepreneur, like CNBC. And we recently saw one of the most creative marketing strategies that we've seen in a long time, from this affiliate named Shannon Smith. She had published an article on CNBC.com. It's titled, "This 24-year-old lost her waitressing job. Now she makes $8,600 per month in passive income. I work just 2 hours a day." Now, the cool thing is that this may not be your story, but oftentimes it's even more powerful when it's somebody else's story and you can share it,
Right. Right.
And she does have great tips in here. She does mention even us, Legendary Marketer, and this is a great article. She did herself an amazing benefit with this. I mean, this is an awesome achievement for her to have become a writer on, and I think we may have had her on the show also. I know we have, because I believe I remember talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but anyways, I mean, the point is that I just wanted to reference this because you had reference,
Yeah.
or kind of give it some context. But yeah, she's become a contributor for CNBC, and wrote this awesome article about affiliate marketing. Mentioned us in the marketing, of course, got her affiliate link
Right.
in the article. So you'd want to, if you were using this as a tool, you'd want to share your own link.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a cool thing, because now you can realize that there's a couple of takeaways. Number one is I can leverage other people's, when I'm in a community and I'm in a community of really savvy marketers, I can use their tools
Right.
while still earning business in my, for myself, because I'm sharing my link, which is ultimately what's generating sales. But I can still use this as a sales tool to share my screen during a video or during a live or whatever, and tell her story. That's the big thing, is tell her story.
Yeah.
And then it backs it up because it's on CNBC. So it's got legitimacy,
Right.
or more legitimacy, right? The other thing is just to remember and think about that all the articles and content that you see out there on the internet, somebody wrote it and put it there. So the other question is, she became a contributor here at CNBC. I wonder how that's done. I'm sure if I poked around on the site enough, this is one of those endlessly scrolly things, but I'm sure if I poked around enough, I could probably find out, how to become a contributor of, CNBC, similar to entrepreneur.com, Inc., Inc.com, Forbes, all those sites, they all have contributors on them. But anyways, back to you. So you use, I just wanted to point that out because you use all kinds of different talking points or stories, or in this case, an article that another person wrote to
Right.
help give you content for your lives.
That's right.
Okay.
Even, I mean, of course, I use your story. I use stories of other affiliate marketers that I know and see, and what I have seen them do.
Wow.
I talk about the Forbes magazine article that says the e-knowledge industry is going to be a $325 billion industry by 2025.
Nice.
I
Nice.
I just pull all those articles because I love to read, and so I just share what I've learned. Just share.
Yeah. I mean, I think your direct sales experience gave you a bit of storytelling experience that is useful.
Yeah.
It's useful one-on-one. It's useful in small groups if you're in somebody's home or a hotel or whatever, but it's
Mhm.
also useful digitally. You can also tell stories and communicate. And I've always said and agreed with the idea that why wouldn't I want to talk one to many
Right.
versus one-on-one,
Yeah.
and then ultimately, why wouldn't I want to have videos that are playing on multiple platforms that people are watching and hearing me talk even when I'm laying in bed sleeping?
Right.
Why wouldn't I mean, ultimately, that's leverage. And I also came up in network marketing, direct sales, and I thought, well, if I can just get three who get three who get three, I'm going to be rich. But the problem is that, it's like herding cats. You're trying to get human beings to develop skill sets, and then you're relying on them, or basically if they don't do anything in your team, then it's all up to you. And then you're kind of self-employed, that if you don't work and sell retail lotions, potions, and pills, or whatever it is that you're selling, you don't really eat. But the reason why you signed up with direct sales in the first place was because of the idea of earning off the efforts of others. And that's why when I first saw my first direct sales network marketing presentation, they started drawing the circles. And I just thought, man, if I could just get Bob and Dan and Susan under me all working,
Mm-hmm.
then I could be, earning off of their efforts. That's real leverage. That creates passive income.
Yeah.
Well, again, that didn't happen. But what I discovered was something that was much better. And that was how to create leverage in passive traffic and income off of videos
Right.
and off of lives and off of webinars, because now all of a sudden I can use videos, put them up online, people watch them 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Or I do a live, which I do 1 to 245 live guests that we have on right now, 1 to and there'll be thousands more who watch the replay, listen to the podcast, all that.
Right.
That's leverage.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I definitely would agree with that. And it's just this whole business model. I mean, it's just such a, I don't even have the words. It's just such a relief to find this opportunity and to be able to work this business. And my husband asked me the same thing one time. He's like, what's the big why do you like it so much more? I've had other people ask me that, and it's just, you still get to have all the freedom and all the abilities to work. My dad has Parkinson's, my mom has Alzheimer's. I go and sit with them in the mornings. I get to work while I'm with them. I get to work when I'm everywhere. And just the
Wow.
income potential, no matter where you're sitting with your phone, because that's what I do 99% of my business with. It's just so freeing. And to know that I don't have to recruit people, and I
Mm.
don't have to count on what other people are doing. I just, oh, it's just such a breath of fresh air. It is such a godsend.
That piece there about being able to sit with your parents, and
Mhm.
that's a piece right there. I mean, that's a real, when you said that, and I'm sure you're going through that right now, so it's just something that you're going through, but
Yeah.
hearing that
Yeah.
was powerful to hear. So, who doesn't? And for me, when I heard that, I thought, who doesn't want the freedom to be able to sit with their parents if they're ill? I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to,
Yeah.
not everybody wants to sit with their parents, but if you want to,
Or your kids or
or
your
your
spouse,
kids,
really,
right? I mean,
to have the freedom to be with who is important to you whenever you choose to, and not go, well, I have to wait till I get off at 5 and I'll be over. I just think that this is priceless, to be able to say, I call the shots.
yeah.
You know, it's a freedom I don't want to ever give up.
And I think the other thing is that the difference between network marketing, direct sales, and like higher ticket affiliate marketing or higher ticket digital products, like what we teach to kind of create here
Yeah.
for information, selling information. When I had this idea that if I could make a little bit off of a lot of people's efforts, that
Yeah.
was the kind of MLM dream. The
Right.
direct sales dream was, but what I realized was, I mean, that's the Amazon business model, is make a little bit off a lot of people's
Right.
efforts. And
Right.
that's a big that's a big thing to try to accomplish as a single person
A single person.
building a business. That's it. So
Mhm.
what I need to do is I need to get a lot off of a few people's effort.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So instead of a bunch of people who I can make a penny off of, because they're just dipping their toes, or
Mm-hmm.
they're paying for something they forgot they were paying for, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I want to intentionally sell powerful, results driven training, coaching experiences.
Right.
I'm selling transformation, because
Right.
that's what people ultimately want, selling change.
Right.
And from that, I can sift and sort maybe a smaller percentage of people who are going to pay more money
Mm-hmm. Right.
for a more intimate, more advanced, experience. And to me, people are paying for education, experience, and those are investments that they make in their life,
Yes.
versus just a bottle of shampoo, a lotion, potion, pill, a new
Yes.
vitamin, whatever like that. Which, whatever you're selling, no hate on it. We've all sold a lot of things.
Right.
But the truth is that uh if I can sell something that I know is an investment that you're going to make in your life,
Right.
again, experiences, meaning vacations and/or workshops, seminars, things like that,
Mm-hmm.
people view those as investments. And also education, they view that as an investment in their life.
Definitely.
Look, if I don't have to have there's that's one of the coolest things that you can actually market out here in the world. I mean, quite frankly. And it's
Agree.
something that people are already preconditioned to buy, because they're
Right.
preconditioned to go to college and pay for
Right.
education and continued education and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I relate a lot to your network marketing background and your experience in the challenges that you have with that. It's just it's a trip, but it develops certain skills that,
Yep.
and gives you certain experience that, maybe those of you who have not had other businesses that you've worked, maybe you feel like this is hard, but you don't have anything to compare it to, right? So Amy, you have something to compare it to with your past
Yeah.
business experience.
Yeah.
So what now? What is in the near future for you?
Well, I, with all my heart, believe every time I get on live stream and I talk to people and then they direct message me, they email me, or, we actually talk on the phone, because I do all of that. When I tell them that this is a business model that, there's a few things I wish I had known about affiliate marketing before I started, but it's nothing that would have changed anything. I'd have still done it. But the number one thing I wish I had known was that it existed. I was just like, somebody told me that a decade ago. I'd have jumped on it so fast. I just didn't know about it. So I really almost feel like I'm on a mission to let people know, if you're in a crappy financial situation, or you don't have a savings, or you've been going down the wrong path, or
Yeah.
you've got loads of debt, there's another option out there. At least look at it. Intelligent people don't make decisions without finding all the facts. finding out all the facts. Find
Yep.
out the facts about this. This could change your life. It has changed my life. It really has. I did a transformation in 2021 because of this business. I was absolutely tired of just tolerating mediocrity. I felt so mediocre in my job, even though I had, moved up into a leadership position and I had free cars because of it over the years. I still felt like I was just stuck in a rut. I wasn't growing, wasn't making any progress. So my mission, I just feel like, is to just let people know this may not be for you. I don't know, but you deserve to find out, to at least
Mm,
find out all the facts about it, because what if this is the thing that could change everything for you? It may not be, but how do you know until you at least look at it? So that's my mission right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot further than that right now.
yeah.
I'm just going about it, just sharing this information, this opportunity, hoping that other people will find the same financial freedom and just the joy in life again,
Mm.
if they don't have it because of this opportunity. And maybe I sound like Pollyanna, but it has changed that much for me that I feel like I can say, hey, you got to look at this. If they come to me and say they're interested, I'll
Of
say that.
course.
But I don't go after them saying, hey, you got to look at this like I used to back in sales. This is
Right.
different. That's my mission for now.
Well, that's great. I also don't hawk down anybody, or
No,
anybody who comes down within the 3 feet rule. If they're
uh,
within 3 feet, I'm talking to them about my business, or
yeah.
leaving drop cards at the gas pumps, or sticky notes.
I did all that. I did all that. Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah. No, I got lots of experience and stories, but we'll stay on topic. That's a great mission. I love it. I think that you're a great example of how you can take a good attitude coupled with really making the best out of the whole experience that's happened over 2020 and 2021, and now continuing into 2022, where we're all going more virtual. Let's just put it like that.
Right.
You want to call it a lockdown, you want to call it a new paranoia, a new, I don't know about you, I'm a hypochondriac now, afraid to leave the house. No, I leave the house all the time. I just got back from
Went
Denver.
to Colorado.
I know I did go to Colorado, but my point here is that you're making the best out of a situation. I also happen to believe that you are using the smartest business model. I think that you're doing all the right things, but also on top of that, that the grass is not greener on the other side. So you're focused and grateful for where you're at and
Yeah.
what you have, and also think another thing that's important to point out about this versus other business ventures and opportunities that I've done in the past, where I felt like there was a ceiling on my growth. I'll never forget this time that I was at a network marketing conference, and I had the fastest growing team in the company. I had broke ranks, and because I wasn't doing it the way that they wanted me to do it, I wasn't doing the offline. I was generating leads online, placing ads, creating content, and building communities and so forth, and doing conference calls and webinars. And when we came to the conference, they kind of threw us under the bus. Another older leader of, another rep, and he threw us under the bus and said, "This is how not to do it," as if our online marketing efforts were the wrong way. They were really threatened by them. And I realized at that moment, I said, man, it wouldn't matter if I was making tons of money here, which I was making decent money at that time.
Yeah.
That feeling of not being able to grow, of not being able to, get out and try new things. There's a lot of network marketing companies that will get angry if you have other streams of income,
Yeah.
things of that
Yeah.
nature. If you're signed up as an affiliate with different things, or you have other businesses, for
Mhm.
God's sakes.
Mhm.
So but anyways, I can relate to that feeling of not feeling like you're growing, and it doesn't always have to do with money.
No.
Sometimes it has to do with the feeling that you're able to grow and be creative and
Right.
have a shot at affecting your own income,
That's right.
you know? have a shot at um, building something
Mhm.
or being able to just make your own choice. You know, we signed up, we made the decision when we signed that independent contractor, you know, sign up form and went through that process and said, yep, I'm not looking for a salary. I'm not looking for an hourly wage. I'm looking to just venture out and I'll make the money. I'll eat what I kill, right? I'll hunt it and I'll eat what I kill. When we made that decision, that was a decision that, you know, you are basically saying that, you know, you're going to, you're going to only eat what you kill. You're not going to have somebody who's going to be feeding you a weekly salary or something like
Right.
that.
Right.
So anyways, we earn the you know, we earn the right to want to be. I think part of what comes along with that is that if you're going to take that risk, you want to be able to be creative and have freedom and
Yeah,
not feel like you're being boxed in. I think
definitely.
that's ultimately what the
I
point.
really do feel like I reached the limit, as far
Yeah.
as I looked at 2021 when it came along and I thought this year, I can't imagine why it would look any different than the last 20.
Mm.
I've got to find something different. This year's
Yeah.
going to be something different. And I looked at other opportunities and I even signed up for one and then got a refund pretty quick. I was like, no, I don't want to get things from China and put them in a warehouse. No, I don't want to do that.
Mm.
So I looked at
Sure.
other things. And when I heard about this and I heard Jessica talking, just something inside me just went ding. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I told my husband, I was like, I'm doing this. He was like, okay. I was like, no, I mean it. He goes, all right. I said, that means we're going to have to buy a car now because I hadn't had a car payment in over 20 years. He's like,
Wow.
okay. So we bought a car a couple of weeks ago and it was actually fun. I'm like, I'm so excited to have a car payment because that means now I'm in this business. It's a different life for me now.
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
love it. Absolutely love it. And I love the training. And I tell everybody on the live stream, whenever I'm talking to them or anybody that messages me, I started with zero knowledge of this business. I didn't even know really what affiliate marketing was. I'd heard of it before, but I'd never looked at it.
Yeah.
And the training that I got here taught me absolutely everything that I know to this point and got me where I am. I feel like I hit the jackpot because I know that I've had 3 emails from people over the last couple of weeks who have told me, and I didn't know them. I still don't really. They told me that they kind of decided to go their own way and just try to figure this out on their own. And now they feel like they've wasted some time. And so I really feel like from the start, learning about Legendary from the very beginning and
Mm.
taking this path to learn, to get the education, I hit the jackpot. I
Wow.
absolutely feel that way.
Those are kind words,
I'm,
and
I mean it. And that's you and that's Matt.
yeah,
Really,
thank you.
really excellent. Really excellent.
Well, you know, there really is a way to go out there and waste a bunch of time online, isn't there? If you don't understand how the game is played and how to set
Right.
up the pieces,
Right.
you know, you can ultimately find yourself using social media only as a way to suck your time and consume your energy and attention.
Right.
Versus, we all know we're going to screw around on social media a little bit. I
Yeah.
mean, because it's there. But I also, if I can be kicking off, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20,000 a month or more from a business that I'm also operating by creating content and
Yeah.
being a creator in that same space, why not do it?
Right.
Especially when the other big nugget that you dropped was, I don't need to know everything. I mean, I share what I've learned so far, but I think that enough people don't realize that there's more power and success. You have more influence and persuasion when you don't know it all.
Yeah.
When if instead of if you're explaining, trying to be the all-knowing guru, and you think you got to be so successful, and you can't, there's you're more influential if you're more what's how would you say it, if you're more kind of laid back and
Yeah.
like you're not Mr. or Mrs. expert about everything.
Um,
Could you say more about that?
well, I had somebody ask me on the live stream, do you do coaching? And I said, no, I don't do coaching. I said, I don't have enough experience in this to feel like I'm a coach, but that's why I said, but that's why I get on here every day for a couple hours, just to tell you what I do know. I don't have all the answers, but if I can, I'll show you where to get them, and I'll lead you in the right direction. But I just feel like,
Which usually it's somewhere where you have an affiliate link going somewhere.
what do you mean?
Well, look, I'm going to show you where. I mean, let's just say that you're an affiliate for Legendary. Okay, let's just
Okay.
say, which it's just one option that any affiliate marketer has in the entire world.
Right.
Look, the place that you're going to get the help is go buy this training. Now, I can tell you my story, my experience, but ultimately what I mean is where we help people is we teach them appetizer, bite-sized nuggets of information that they can consume and get excited about, and say, if you'd like more of that, if that was helpful to you and you'd like to learn more of that, go take this awesome training. It's a few dollars. It'll let you dip your toe
Yeah.
and determine whether if it's a great fit for you or not.
Yeah.
So I mean that we use, by helping people, our role is to figure out what is the best fit for them,
Right.
and to give them enough information, ultimately, even if we're only promoting one product, to disqualify themselves. Right. That's how we do sort of ethical sales, and how we also don't piss people off by wasting their time trying to act like what we have is for everybody. And I also heard you mentioning that too, that in your content you say, hey, no big deal. If it's not for you, it's not for you. This is not going to be for everybody.
Right.
This is for people who are going to, who are, have an entrepreneurial kind of spirit within them. They're willing to take some risk and not need to have a salary or hourly pay up front.
Right.
This is for somebody who is going to be open to free traffic strategies and working with your mobile phone, right? And maybe filming some videos or practicing your texting and copy skills. But it's not going to be, I mean, if you are somebody who wants to interact with friends and family, wants to make lists, I'm doing some reverse psychology right now, but yeah, I mean, if you want to drive around like I used to with a magnet on the side of my truck, that said refer 3, get yours free, and I was selling cell phones from my 1991 Ford F-150. I had to start with a screwdriver. As if somebody would ever want to buy a cell phone through me versus going down to their very reputable T-Mobile, Sprint, or AT&T dealership. But I didn't understand that at the time. So I drove around with a magnet on the side of my truck for multiple months, wondering why my business wasn't growing. So anyways, if that's what you want to do, then this would not be for you.
Right. And if you got to pay off a credit card next Thursday, this is not for you either. I mean, this is going to take some time. You're going to have to learn skills, and you're going to have to learn some skills. You're going to have to apply them. It's not enough to know them. You got to apply what you learn, and you got to stay consistent. That's
true.
preach.
Not enough to know them. Wow. Isn't there a lot of people out there that are probably even listening to this that have a lot of skills, or excuse me, that have a lot of information, and even know what to do, but are not applying them, so they don't get credit for it?
Knowledge is not power. It's
almost like this is the insanity of going through training and not applying it. So just, if for any of you who are sitting on the sidelines, we know that's over half of, I mean, it's always a large percentage of people who are getting ready to get ready. So imagine that you went through an entire class, okay? Like, I don't know, you paid whatever, paid multiple $1,000s for a class at college, and you got all the way up to, getting ready to take your bachelor's degree test, to whatever your final test is. I have no freaking clue because I didn't go. But whatever your test is, to finish and collect that and then go out and start making money. And so you did the whatever, how many ever years you did, of learning and sitting through class, but then you just stopped right there and didn't take the test and then go and get so that's similar to the insanity of saying, I'm gonna, really do something, and I'm gonna go through the trainings, and I'm gonna, because we know, for God's sakes, people, they'll sit through those trainings, But I mean, when it comes time to apply that stuff, it's like, trying to, it's like trying to, steal, pry away candy from a toddler's hands, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. I mean, even the people that start the 15-day challenge and never even get to day one.
Mm.
I mean, it's just like that's
Oh, I
not
know.
not going to get you anywhere.
Well, I always say that it's success is a lot easier than you think because all you got to do is start.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a large percentage of people, and if you're ever selling a product, whether it's as an affiliate or your own, where you can track when somebody buys, how many of them actually log in, you'll see that there's a large percentage with anything that people buy, whether it's an ebook course,
Right.
we know we all sign up for webinars that we don't go to, all this kind of stuff. Look, there's a large percentage of people that buy a course that don't even log in. I don't know what they,
I know.
actually, I do know, right? Because you buy it in the moment. I bought a copywriting course a couple of weeks ago. So I got and I dropped 10 grand on this course. So people are, act like a couple of hundred or a couple of $1,000 in this world is a big deal. It's nothing. I spent $10,000 on a course. The regular course was 6,000. The upsell was 4,000. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I mean, it was an awesome offering. And
Right.
but I bought it because I think he's a funny, entertaining teacher. He's a smart copywriter. So I bought his course. And it was the Chris Haddad Pig Method copywriting course. And I didn't log into it. I bought it and I didn't log into it. I sent it to my son to go through it, but I didn't log into it yet. So my point here is that, I think there's two types of people. There's people like me who buy stuff and have it, but spending money on training education is nothing to me because it's an investment.
Uh-huh.
So I don't ever look at that like that's a big life-changing decision because it's really not. So I know that some of you who have bought our blueprints at 2,500 or something, you act like that, or that feels like a big investment. I'm not here to minimize it. I'm just here to say that so successful that a $2,500 investment in yourself is something that is not a life-changing decision in terms of scary, but is something that you do as just like automatic. This is just re-upping my education savings account. And it's just something that I do without blinking an eye,
Right.
is reinvesting in myself.
Yes.
But and then there's the other group of people, and this is where I think the most of you who are listening have a chance to decide what side you want to be on. Is there the bigger percentage of people will buy something, just never even log into it, say they'll get back to it. They don't have anything else going on. They start a lot of things, don't finish a lot of things, and I think that describes a large portion of the population, including myself at times. And so, what I think the ultimate question that we have to ask is how do I get my ass in gear to get motivated and to find a reason, a why, whatever, to find my fuel to get this thing up and off the ground, because it takes some emotional energy to get this thing going. It's not just all it's not just all physical fuel of doing the actions. There is some
Right.
emotional energy because I'm doing some shit I've never done before. But what would
Right.
you leave people with in terms of getting over all of that internal and personal shit and getting into action?
The thing that just keeps coming through my head for my own sake and for anybody else who's not performing or producing or creating the result they want is raise your flipping standards. Just raise your standards in your own mind. Say, I will no longer tolerate this thing, whether it's my money situation, my relationship, my career, my health, whatever I've been doing. Just raise your standards and say, today's the day that I make a change, because I think about it all the time. I'm always looking for opportunities to change it. Here was one, I took it. Now, I mean, pay attention to what you have paid attention to, because in a moment you spent something, even if it was $7, you spent something because it felt like your spirit told you this is a possibility. So take action on that. Raise your standards for yourself and for your life, because when you do, you affect everybody that's important to you, that's in your family or whoever you're connected with. You make a big difference when you raise the standard for your own self. You make a difference for the ones you care about too.
Wow. That's a powerful statement. Raise your standards, Amy. It's fantastic. Look, I'm gonna send people to go follow you and connect with you more over on your TikTok channel, Make Money with Amy Online. And Amy, thanks
Mm,
for your wonderful energy and spirit and your awesome
thank you.
experience. Congrats on your success. And
Thank you.
let's do round 3 soon.
I'd love to. Thanks for the invitation. Thank you so
Okay.
much for everything.
All right, Amy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, my friends, you can go and follow Amy at, as I said, Make Money with Amy Online. Make Money with Amy Online. You can look her up and find her, follow her on TikTok, connect with her, lift her up, like her stuff, comment on her post, engage with them. That's one of the best ways that you can support people and connect with people and ultimately build relationships. You know, a lot of people are wondering, how do I fit in? Where do I get in and fit in? And how do I build relationships? And how do I add value? Well, one way to add value and build relationships is just always comment and like people's stuff when they put it out. You know what I mean? Drop a comment, drop a like on their post, because that builds up their engagement. And that ultimately, instead of going and asking somebody, what can you do for me? How can you help me? I just invite those of you who are new to the community to when you find somebody that you resonate with, or you connect with somebody here in the community and you decide to follow them, that's the best way that you can begin to develop a relationship, is to like their stuff, comment on their stuff, let them notice you that way. And I like to say that on a regular basis, because we have these amazing guests who are just members of our community, who are students who went through our courses, and we invite them on to our show to talk about their experience. I mean, that's really who our ultimately our guests are, as our clients, our students. But when we bring them on, my fear is always that they get bombarded with questions and stuff like that. And ultimately that just makes people feel overwhelmed anyways when we go and bombard them. And I want what's best for all of you who are listening. I want you to get the most out of this community and experience. So I just thought that might be helpful. There's an easy way to build goodwill and friendship, and to build relationships with others online, especially in an online community like this. And it's really to like people's stuff and engage on their post, and comment on them, comment nice things, affirmations like, oh, great post, like I really enjoy, you know what I mean? Like, just lifting people up, you get that back 10 times. So imagine if you did that for people. If you're feeling new and you want to be more a part of the community, you'd go and do that, on 20 people's stuff per day. You're going to develop some pretty good goodwill coming back to you and support from people. And that's ultimately how you kind of build relationships in this online community. I don't know how we're going to do it in the metaverse. Maybe we'll come around and we'll all be cartoon characters. For me, that doesn't sound that exciting. I don't want to be some cartoon dog in a thing. So I don't know how I feel about that. Don't really care about it, because ultimately I like reality. I like real interaction. I still like live events, webinars, live streams, stuff like this. So anyways, we'll cross the meta bridge when we get there. Who knows? Maybe it's all hype. And what they're ultimately going to do is bring back in-person meetups. Facebook's going to turn into a networking site where they bring back in-person meet. Wow. What about that for actually having human beings meeting in person? God forbid, don't let them out of their houses. No. All right. We'll end on that note. My friends, have a fantastic Thursday. We will talk to you later, and get out of here. Be legendary. See ya.